Hey, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just still coming from that Super Bowl hangover, man, because them Eagles are your 2024-2025 Super Bowl champions, baby. Hey, don't mind me. Just showing off a little bit. Just showing off. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about for today's episode. The probability of Luka Doncic playing against the Utah Jazz tonight and the Mark Williams trade being rescinded over the weekend. Got a lot of stuff to get into. But before I do, fresh off a Super Bowl win, Lakers Talk Daily is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pechanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations and for more information. It is time. It's tonight. We finally get to see Luka Doncic in a Lakers uniform. He is listed as probable going into tonight's game. LeBron James as well is listed as probable going into tonight's game. Whew. We finally get to see the duo on the court at the same time. A lot of anticipation going into this game, a lot of expectations going in for both LeBron James and Luka Doncic. It should be loud. It should be packed in there at Crypto.com Arena. By the way, people who are in attendance, fans who are in attendance for tonight's game against the Utah Jazz, there will be Luka Doncic t-shirts all over Crypto.com Arena at your assigned seat. So be on the lookout for those Luka Doncic t-shirts. What an awesome way to show out for Luka Doncic's first game as a Laker. But I know a lot of people are concerned. What is this offense going to look like? Is Luka Doncic too ball dominant? Is LeBron James too ball dominant? What this Lakers offense is going to look like? Also on the defensive end, what are the Lakers going to do? We know Luka Doncic struggles defensively. He doesn't take that much pride on the defensive end. What is it going to be when you have LeBron James, who is at 40 years old and only can exert so much energy on both ends of the floor? Well, newsflash, Lakers have won 5 straight. All right, they're on a roll. That defense has been outstanding. And why is that? Because of the attention to detail. Zeroing in on the star players, plugging up the holes, getting in the gaps, being on the help side, rotating efficiently, closing out, running guys off the three-point line. All the little intangibles that makes the defense good, the Lakers are doing it. And J.J. Redick can't drop a perfect game plan these past couple of games on the defensive side, let alone on the offensive side. So you add Luka Doncic offensively, I expect him to be able to move the rock, be able to score at will, be able to play at his own pace, not being able to get sped up. And that's what Luka Doncic is going to be able to bring for this Lakers team, being able to take over a game at a night-in, night-out basis. So if LeBron James is not feeling it, you know what they can go to down the stretch? Luka Doncic to close the games out. If Luka Doncic is struggling, you got LeBron James to be able to close out the games. That's what I'm trying to say. This dynamic of LeBron and Luka, I have a feeling it's going to work, and it will work. It's going to take time. We can't go into tonight's game and say if they do struggle and Luka's not in rhythm or LeBron is not in rhythm. It's going to take time. Give it a couple weeks. Let them find out their spots. Let them find out where their bread and butter is. They're probably going to try to figure out how to pick and roll game. We know Luka Doncic likes to do the pick and roll game, so we know what Jackson Hayes is going to have a lot of expectations for the rest of the season after that Mark Williams trade has been rescinded, which we will talk about on the other side. But just knowing how this Lakers team is, it shouldn't be that difficult to try to plug in Luka Doncic. We should be more concerned about him defensively. And I have a feeling that J.J. Redick is not going to let it easy on Luka Doncic on that end. He's going to go in there and tell him, hey, look, what you can do offensively, it is beautiful. It is great. You're a once-in-a-generational talent. But if you exert that much energy on offense, we need you to exert that same amount of energy on defense, because we can't let you having what I call Ole defense, meaning, hey, just go right by me. No, man, you got to be able to take resistance. You got to be able to take fight. You got to be able to take pride on that end of the floor. And I have a feeling J.J. Redick will let it be known to Luka Doncic if he is struggling defensively. We've seen moments of J.J. Redick get after LeBron James, and LeBron James taking that accountability. This Lakers team is built all around to have success for the rest of the season and in the future. Austin Reeves has been playing great. Just came off a 45-point night against the Indiana Pacers with no LeBron James or Luka Doncic. So I'm telling you, this Lakers team is built for success for right now and for the future. I want to talk a little bit about that Mark Williams trade right after my partners at Pechanga to give you guys a quick word.
At Pechanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
So we saw over the weekend the Mark Williams trade has been rescinded. The Lakers and Hornets trade has been rescinded due to Mark Williams failing his physical. There was multiple issues, and the team failed him on the exam. Don't know what those lingering injuries were. Don't know what they saw on those exams, but it was obviously something enough for the Lakers to be like, hey, look, we can't do this trade. We expected more out of this trade. We give up a lot of valuable assets to acquire Mark Williams, and the Hornets are not doing their part of giving us the reason into why he wasn't going to be healthy leading up to this physical. I understand. We've been talking about it. Mark Williams' injury history has been really, really bad. He has not been able to stay on the floor. But the Lakers had to see something where they're like, ooh, we can't do this trade. We cannot do this trade. So with that being said, yes, Dalton Knecht is back with the Lakers. The Lakers got back the 2031 first-round pick, and they also got back Cam Reddish. Dalton Knecht is also listed as probable going into tonight's game against the Utah Jazz. But one thing that really blew my mind, Ramona Shelburne, shout out to her. She always comes on, Momo always comes on, Mason Ireland. She does a great job filling in for us, and she's a phenomenal ESPN writer. So be sure to check out her stuff. But she tweeted out over the weekend that teams do not like to cancel trades, especially those as significant as the Lakers and Charlotte trade for Mark Williams and Dalton Knecht. But LA gave up a lot to get Williams. They needed to feel confident he'd be healthy enough to be the starting center for the next 5 to 10 years. So Rob Pelinka went out and was like, okay, Mark Williams, he's young, 23 years old. He's averaging 16 points. He's doing a great job on the glass. We can also mold him into being and get out of bad habits. Because, you know, when you're with the bad Charlotte Hornets team, he's going to develop bad habits. So him coming to Lakers, he was going to get out of those bad habits. But he saw something from that physical when he failed that physical. And knowing that you go out and get a trade, when you trade for a guy like Mark Williams, who's 23, has a high upside, and you know his injury history and he fails the exam, and you thought that he could be your starting five for the next 5 to 10 years, the Lakers saw something that they did not like. And honestly, it could be a good thing because Lakers have been playing good. They've been playing great with the small ball lineup, and they have been playing great with Jackson Hayes being that starting 5. Don't know how sustainable that is. Don't know if I trust Jackson Hayes being a starting 5 going out through the rest of the season, but we will see. But just knowing that this trade was rescinded, and Lakers fall back from that trade, and they sent Mark Williams back, there is something real particular that they saw, that they knew that his injury history was going to keep on going for years to come. They cannot trust him to be their go-to guy, their starting 5, their core piece for the next 5 to 10 years. But we'll talk a little, appreciate you guys tuning in. Very, very interesting over the weekend. Excited for Luka Doncic debut tonight against the Utah Jazz. And we'll see what the Lakers team is going to look like with the duo LeBron James and Luka. We'll see if the ball dominance is real true. I don't think it will be true. But as always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace out. And as always, go Birds.